Nice throw.
What up, UQ? Thank you. Salikar. Thank you, NM. Thank you, Thyrith. Thyrith never gets to complete that.
Medal. You earned a bronze medal. You earned a bronze medal.
Bronze medal? Alright. Well, nope. So remember, alerts and stuff will be off. Who wins game 1? Data plat? Wait, data plat, chill. What are you doing? Bro! Hold on. Okay. Thank you for the bits. Combined with SG chat now. That doesn't work that way, data play. You know it doesn't work that way. I'd have to knock on SG's chat and they'd have to pick up. There's a million reasons why that won't happen. Don't use them while I'm racing. You won't hear the alerts. It'll still work, but you won't hear the alerts. Knock knock. Speed gaming knock knock. Oh hi Eddie. I can't believe you're joining us. You're joining us. You're knocking on our Thanks, Anan. Thank you for doing all the tracking and stuff too. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for the streak as well. Bet all the medals. Man, you guys don't realize that Tilly has definitely taken games off me before. But here's what I know what's happening here. All the doubters are waiting for the believers to go all in on me, and then they're gonna come in because they want the best value. That's what they're doing right now. That's what doubters are doing. Because someone's gonna come in and they're gonna put like 1,000 points on doubt, so they don't have to put 10,000 points. Querdub, you can't even gamba. You don't have any points. You're not legally allowed to gamba here. Yeah, exactly. But think about it, Dataplet. Think about all the points you would get on Failhorn. So for my sack, nah, don't fix that typo. It's funnier that way. For your sack. All right. I will be player 2. I am player 2, so Telemorph is banning first. Thank you, Twin. You've had lean on me stuck in your head for days. Lean on me. Sorry, Tickles. Pick Metroids! Your pick, Tilly. We're waiting to see what Tilly bans here. Oh, Tilly banned Varia movement. Whoa. Metroid's banned, sorry. GG. Alright, what am I picking? Which of these two do I pick? I love Gravity 9+1. I'm not gonna lie, I love it. I love Grav 9+1. Pull! Gravity 9+1 is a lot of fun. That's the main reason I like it, because it's fun. Okay, Tilly banned Varia movement because he probably doesn't want me to like go through Cack Alley with an extreme trick and win. Like just cheese and win or something. That's probably why. Adding singing or lyrics to the songs is against the TOS! Looks like I'm banned. Zebo, ouch, ever. Eddie, give me 10 TNTs to keep your chat in check during race. No can do, Stosh. Sorry, dude. Imagine giving you 10 TNTSs when Dataplet just bought 5. Immediately after. Alright, should I take a bio break? Give me 1 TNT to keep Stosh in check. Okay, it doesn't have to be a TNT, it would be a blaster.
Hey boy, must you beat some sense into that overcooked noodle that you call a head?
What? Kuno? Okay, I just want to let everyone know alerts and stuff are going to be off in like 5 minutes. Okay? Use the bathroom. I am unaware. I've actually never watched the show. I saw the cartoons for it, but I never watched it. Dude, Tilly doesn't have a little USB cable to transfer files. Like that is not the play. If you have an FX pack, get the micro USB cable so that you can transfer it from your computer. You have to do it. Have to. Exactly, same Stosh. The L-shaped connector is a good play, Stosh. Though I haven't had an issue with needing that for mine just because I don't even touch my Super NT. Thank you, thank you. Okay, friends. I'm turning off alerts and stuff, so GG's. I will see you all in a few hours. Okay, well, you'll see me, but I won't talk to you or see you guys in chat until I'm done with the rando.
Con man, you fraud.
Peace, friends.
You cheated people, you stole from people, and now you're going...
Nice shot. You earned a bronze medal. bronze medal. Nice throw.
Rip Bozo, you con man, you fraud. You cheated people, you stole from people, and now you're going to jail.
Nice throw.
Hello. Oh, were the sound alerts coming through? Oh shoot, I didn't turn off my... Whoops. I didn't know the sound alerts were coming through. Sorry, guys. My mic must have been coming through too then, right? Wait, you guys are all messed up. You guys shouldn't have done that. Wait, data plebs, you were copy pasting? I'm not looking. I can't look at chat, Bastion. I'm not looking at chat or anything. I couldn't hear the sound alerts. Okay, so the best way for someone to notify me, like an admin, is to check the race room. It's the only thing I look at. I actually couldn't hear the alerts. Yeah, I couldn't hear the alerts. Hey, Tilly.
Hello.
GG.
GG.
Apparently my sound alerts were coming through. I didn't know. Apparently I didn't like mute my mic or alerts. I couldn't hear them, but yeah. It was on the restream apparently. Okay, you want to talk about it on the up there?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay.
We have nothing until 7 p.m. Eastern Time when Chozo Bozo and Beardness take on each other in the losers bracket on Speed Gaming 2. Wixfan will be doing comms for that. And of course, NN, our resident tracker, will be there as well.
Yep. And with that covered, we are joined by Eddie and Tilmorph here, the live on air channel. GG to both of you.
GG. Sorry about the apparently my alerts were coming through. I thought I had that all muted. I couldn't hear them, so I was just locked in, but apparently they were coming through.
No, we were on to you just for the hitbox taps and then suddenly alerts.
Okay, must have had the audio off me pretty quick after that.
Yeah. GG.
Chat calling for DQs, but obviously a very impressive performance here, especially after the first few minutes. It seemed like it was a little bit of slow going from both parties here, as you guys, or for the most part, blinding Brinstar, unable to get the map. Can you guys take us through a little bit of what went on through your heads there. Oh, Eddie going for a wiggle early on instead of looking to the next room for morph, which is always nice to see. But yeah, a little bit of struggle there in the beginning. Both, if you guys wanted to maybe start with Eddie, go
Yeah.
on how your start was.
So I learned something from Aussie regarding the start of that last one, where if you just go like an inch into the hole, you actually can see what kind of item it is. You get the map tile. I actually saw Aussie do that, so I stole that from him. And then I saw it was a major. And then I started laughing because I was thinking in my head, like, well, Morph is going to give us this item. But I'm like, you know what? I should just do it. And then I saw Gravity and it cracked me up. But I already had, I think at this point I knew the top right room was water. And so, like, it basically means you go left, you're going to get Morph, like, instantly. But I'm pretty fast at it. So I was just like, you know what? Let's just do it. It's fun. So did it. And then immediately got Morph as expected.
And I think we saw you mouthing morph as you entered early supers, which you called your shot there. So
yeah, it basically had to be. There was nothing else. I don't think it could be anything else. I think it has to be exactly morph there. I could be wrong,
It
but
could have been speed.
that's true. It could be speed, and then that's how you get out. No, it can't be speed.
Right?
Oh, it could be speed so that you can continue to the. No.
Yeah, just continue.
Yeah, continue left and then you get out. Okay, that's true. Yeah, but given that gravity's right there, it seems a little bit more likely. Like there's more permutations of it end up being morph probably, but yeah. Either way, it was just for fun. I just thought, why not? But yeah, I'm actually wondering, Tilly, if you had trouble. Obviously, you said you shambled a lot in this race, but the answer, at least I think, was to just eventually go back to wreck ship after getting supers and stuff. But I kind of cleared out and blind checked everything on the right, and it was just really bad. Did you end up doing the same thing and finding like worst room in the game?
Yes, I did.
Okay, yeah.
I was feeling pretty good about midway when I found charge, but like I had afterwards went left and found heated room after heated room after heated room and just died like 6 times.
Yeah.
With no saves. So it kind of threw me back like a lot.
If I remember correctly, did we have to go through was it logic to go through the Metroid room at the top with gravity and a tank? Was that the logic? I think I was like thinking about that at the time. I know if you have enough like sustain, you can go through the Metroid rooms logically. So there's a weird instance where if you have like a suit and you have like enough health, like you can kind of get through there, even though typically we just never assume it's in logic. But that kind of was what it seemed like, unless I missed an E-tank somewhere.
Yeah, that's what it looked like.
Okay.
Tilworth did have a second E-tank.
Okay, so there was a second E-tank. Okay.
I don't remember where I got it, but yeah, I had to.
Were you at least at the point where you were essentially just like mother brain go mode? You just needed the health?
Well, with charge, yeah.
Okay.
And then he had, I believe, at a point you had wave and spazer as well, Tilmorph. And
yes.
Yeah. So at that point, you're E-tank hunting, and I don't think you could have got everything you needed in Norfair for those E-tanks, which is why I think Eddie went to Criteria to kind of look around for more.
Yeah.
But yeah, the E-tanks, even if you don't get them all in Norfair, probably would have been good for the heated rooms that you'd encounter elsewhere throughout the map, because it just seemed you kept getting punished wherever you went. Heated room, and the heated room after baby, that was also unfortunate too. So.
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
So you went into Norfair for that?
Turian, I believe.
Turian. Okay, so you were by Mother Brain. So did you collect all the E-tanks that you could, and then you went into Turian?
No, I kind of skipped all the E-tanks and just trudged on ahead.
Okay. Were you like looking for Varya, I guess, or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Once you get that map, I admittedly, when I first got that map, I didn't scroll far enough left to see Mother Brain. But then after I got the spring ball, I paused and I'm like, oh, Mother Brain's here. So then I started thinking like, I just need health. And then I counted all the E-tanks, and I'm like, okay, this should get me to 6. And then I realized there was one that was speed locked. I guess theoretically I could have done a 7-room X-ray climb to keep that one, but
Yeah.
I counted the E-tanks. I'm like, we don't have enough, right? So, you know, I was thinking like, do I keep the spring wheel? I realized that was all unimportant. All I needed was to find one more E-tank, essentially. Or 2 more, I guess. I can't remember the count exactly, but I remember I found one and it wasn't enough off the top of my head. I think it's because we had 5 and then we would have had 5 if we collected all the ones that were in where Mother Brain was. But I found one instantly in Criteria because it was West Ocean, and I felt really good about that. But I realized I needed one more, and that's when it gets really stressful, right? Because I thought about what if I got the tanks and then I went to Turian instead, because Turian is near Mother Brain, and then Turian has 2 entrances that kind of spit you out, and you stay close to Mother Brain, sort of. Whereas every step I take in Criteria, I knew I'm going further and further away, so it's like essentially doubles the distance. So I was kind of getting scared about my choice for Criteria, but my last E-tank came with Ice Beam, which was extremely nice. It was at the Green Pirate Shaft, but the reason I went to Criteria is because I did have a save. Like, proximity-wise, it didn't look like I was close, but nothing else mattered other than me resetting and getting as close to a zone as possible. So I had a save that was right by Criteria, and I decided to just go check Criteria of the other rings because it has the double purpose of if you explore it, you might be able to find the ship, and that might help you. So that's kind of the idea behind that.
Yeah, I think that's what Austin and I were talking about. At the very least, well, you know it's a bigger map than Turian, even if you are kind of getting it farther away. But at the very least, you're covering a lot of ground, so you have less tiles to look for the ship.
Yeah, exactly. Because I won't have to pause and stuff like that. It kind of didn't matter because I was going to have to do it in 2 tries anyway, given where the ship was, which kind of sucked. But that was the idea behind that. I think Turian is like the really aggressive. You collect all the E-tanks, go to Turian is like the really aggressive play. But if you strike out on that, you're in really, really, really big trouble, I think. So I was kind of...
Yeah.
I thought the Criteria play was maybe like the most kind of like best of all worlds sort of situation, even though I'm going further away from Mother Brain. So that was the idea, at least.
Yeah,
and you were sort of close.
Yeah, the reset got me. I knew with the reset I would be very close to Criteria, so that was probably the biggest reason. I was like, this is the closest way to get to another region if I reset right here. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was definitely better than Turian.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't go to Turian then. I was a little spooked. It looks like Tilly didn't have a good time there.
No,
yeah, I just found all the heated rooms.
Oh.
Like key hunters into Wasteland, and then baby into Rock Escape.
Oh God, that's no good. How was the first game? I don't think we even like talked about that one at all. Like, I have no idea like what the situation was in the first game at all.
So
yeah, Aussie, could you
the big difference in the first game was in the early game mostly. Tillamore spent just ages on the 1 missile pack and not making any progress. Then Eddie ran into like power bombs and eventually supers just so much faster.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to Meridia first, and I found Mother Brain and Wave. While I was still only 5 missiles, and then there was the other major that was Fantoon locked.
Yeah,
and
you could have
found
scouted
all
it.
that.
Oh, but did you?
Would have been really good to know.
Oh, so you didn't know about the charge?
No.
That was charge. Oh man,
yeah, I kind of figured about when I was heading to Mother Brain that it was probably charged.
Okay, I got nervous when I saw that because I got to Mother Brain 70-20 and I'm like, I need one more super pack. So I pause and I see Mother Brain because I did everything and I'm finishing at the top, right, which is ideal. But I have 70-20 at this point and I'm like, I should be able to just find another super or scrounge up at least a few more missile packs if I really have to. And then I saw the map. I saw 4 dots, not enough missiles to really reasonably kill Mother Brain for myself. And then I saw 2 majors and I'm like, please just let one of these be charged. I got a little nervous because I thought going up would be bad first, but if you got charged fast, that would be like extremely good because I collected so much ammo. But
if you missed that, that seems pretty devastating. I didn't realize those Fantoon Lock didn't occur to me, I guess.
Yeah, it was the right side super wreck ship room.
Yeah. Okay, that's rough. Okay.
But yeah, I found all that before supers or power bombs.
Oh man, that's rough.
Other than scouting Meridia first, I did feel like I played the first game really well.
Okay.
I was on my way to Mother Brain when you finished.
Yeah, I feel like finding what we needed to progress, like resource, not even like the majors, but resource wise was really hard on both of these. The resources were kind of like not in great spots. Like we got like super locked like pretty hard like in this one, didn't we? I think. At least until we found the back of high jump room behind Spore Spawn essentially. But yeah, it felt kind of like spooky, almost slightly like almost like a challenge seed where you tend to get resource gated a little bit, but I'm just used to finding like all the resources we need like early, and then we just kind of progress as we do. But the early game was kind of difficult for both of these seeds, I think.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely had trouble in this second seed early game.
Yeah, you guys both got the first missiles at the early supers room, right?
I think we broke that out of logic because I think we did the crumble fall. So I was keeping that in mind.
Yep.
I thought I was
you just
maybe
get the power bomb first, and then get it.
Yeah, so the power bomb was behind the autologic missiles, right? If I remember correctly.
Yeah, there was a pink door. I'm trying to remember if it was a pink door.
Yeah, so I got my power bombs behind the pink door.
So that makes me wonder where the logic missiles were.
I believe
case,
it was
I don't know.
Supers at the top of the fishbowl. And
oh, okay, yeah, there are supers there. Supers okay,
power bombs.
Was this is game 1, right?
No,
game 2.
Game 2. So logical missiles were apparently
yeah, data plet saying supers above fishbowl.
Yeah, because it was the fishbowl that we had gravity for, and then the Kago room and supers and power bombs.
Yes, those are the the one that was like Sports One was the left door, top right was a door that led us to the high jump boots room.
Yeah, that's the one. Okay, well that's the mystery solved there. We did for a second. I was like, wait, that can't be in hard, is it? It's not. Anyway, they're changing. You know, the logic is changing, but people here higher than me know what the logics are. So
you want to unlock the spoiler log, Tilly? We could take a peek, take a gander.
Yeah, one moment.
That's what I thought, and then very hard. Okay. Anything else? Any other questions, Aussie? Or
no questions from me.
Any other final words from you guys, from the competitors?
Yeah. So Tilly, what were your? I'm actually curious. So, do you like no objectives, or did you just not want to play the other one?
I do like no objectives. I felt it was probably my best chance at beating you since it's so swingy, chaotic, I guess.
Yeah.
You can pick the right way and just win.
Yeah.
But double suit is actually my favorite, so I was hoping to get to game 3 and
play that. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I picked it because I felt it was probably my best chance to beat you.
I see. Okay. I'm not gonna lie. Like once I saw the situation we were in with the like there's Mother Brain and then it's like how do you kill Mother Brain? I was getting kind of nervous because it's kind of like ooh, like you know you can make the best choice you can, but you know you went to Turian, right? Like I could have just gone to Criteria and just died, and you could have just like instantly spiked Varia, right? And that could have worked out that way, right? The best is when it's like even, right? Like maybe I find a few tanks there and then you find Varia after a little bit of a trek. That would have been pretty cool, but It looks.
That's what I was hoping for,
Oh my
but it
gosh.
definitely did not work out.
Okay, hey, we got the spoiler log open, right? So I assume
Yeah,
you never
I
got.
unlocked it.
Did you? So you. Wait.
Where's Varia?
Do you see where Varia? Wait, Tilly, what happened? How did you? So you went to? Did you go through Turian through East Cack Alley?
I remember
Yes.
East Mac Alley being up there. So
Oh my gosh! Don't look at the spoiler log, Tilly. Look at. That's crazy. I'm not sure if you see.
I'm escaping real quick.
Oh, you're in the escape.
I was
Okay.
gonna finish real fast.
Okay. So according to the spoiler log, there's another way to get to Turian, which is, you know, if you go behind Mother Brain, right?
Right.
And if you can get through the Acid Snakes tunnel, which is just it's a farm room, right? You go into Parlor, and then one of the rooms in Parlor has its watering hole. It has Varia and Plasma. It's right there. It's 3 rooms from the entrance. That's
So
just
you
completely
could-
game over if that's the case. I just get destroyed.
Yeah, if there's if he picks up a couple energy tanks in Norfair, because I think he had 1 or 2 on the way.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, if you didn't have the E tanks, you after you get the Varia and Plasma, you're not that far from the map from East Ocean, and there's 2 tanks along the way there. So literally everything that you need at the end of the game is right there at the back of Turian. That's kind of crazy.
I could have potentially gotten that. That's frustrating because I went through Red Key Hunter Shaft down to Wasteland.
Yeah.
And I had 2 power bombs, but I only had like at the time I only had 2 E-tanks when I entered Red Key Hunter Shaft.
No
so
way.
I entered Wasteland and reset.
No way. So
like
Wasteland
1.5 E-tanks.
Wasteland gets you into Parlor, and Parlor is
Yeah.
you know has the things. Oh man, and then you can come back through the easy way. It takes you right to Mother Brain.
Yeah, that would have been
Oh, that's so.
very nice.
You
different world.
you would have killed me. You would have destroyed me. I think it would have been very one-sided if you made it.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You might have to take 2 runs at looking for the ship, but I mean.
Yeah, I had to do it too anyway. So.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, so this game was like really really close actually. It looks like.
A lot of the time, just by running this, it's a lot of the times, you know, when you're watching this on Restream, you look and they take 1 left turn instead of going right.
Yep.
Something as simple as like Parlor or Business Center.
Yeah.
And that's the difference. That's the difference right there.
That was definitely the difference here.
Yeah. So there's Turian right there. I see Parlor. Yeah. There's the double right there.
Holy
Plasma
cow.
and Varia.
Okay, I was extremely close to losing then. It was just I did think like what if we go to because Turian, the proximity is so close to Mother Brain, right? And I'm just going so far away from Mother Brain every step I take from Criteria because I'm going the map extends right. And I know that if you explore Turian, like there is a way either entrance you take, like you're going to be close in proximity, so you know it like loops back in a nice way. So I really did think about like collecting the E-tanks, going to Turian and doing that, but
Though
yeah.
looking at the map, so if he's not going through East Cack Alley, he's going through the Mother Brain way because he doesn't have enough E-tanks, I think, for Wasteland and the Key Hunter Shaft.
Yeah.
He might have run out of energy. I mean, there's the farm there right behind Mother Brain, and
if Tilly can get behind Mother Brain, it's game over. And I got through there with very little health because you can do it. You can do it. They're not the hardest hell runs, I think. So
I thought of doing that direction first, but I only had 2 E-tanks, and I got to Chronic Boost Room and then into Single Chamber and was like, nah, I'm not going to make it, and backed out and went the other direction, East Cack Alley, Baby Crate, then, yeah.
Oh.
So it was close.
It was close. It was really close.
Nice throw.
That I could do that hell run on 2 E-tanks.
Yeah, that was close.
Yeah, Dataplet's saying 2+1. Yeah, so 2+1 could have done it, I believe.
Oh man, yeah. So the realistic truth is, I was like extremely close to losing. Like, I would have gotten smoked if that happened. So pretty cool actually.
All right. Yeah, I don't know if that makes you feel any better, but good game. Good job on finishing regardless. Thank you guys for entertaining races. I wasn't there to see most of the first one, but I heard it was a good one there too. So best of luck in your guys' next matchups. Aussie, any final words?
Just thanks again for giving us great races, Eddie, Tillamorph. So lots of tournament left to play. Both these still in the gold bracket. And yeah, thanks for everyone for being here. Draki and NN, all of chat. It's been a pleasure. And you can tune in later for the Speed Gaming 2 race. Chozo Bozo and Miss Beardness at 7. And we also have,
yeah. Sorry.
And we also have Derp and Spiffy later on right after that. It's like,
wow, that's early for Beardness. Usually he likes to burn that midnight oil. So catch him if you can, guys. Thank you so much, and then thank you as always for the tracking. And we'll be on tracking for the entire evening. So thanks for that. All right, guys, take care. Enjoy the rest of the runs today. We'll see you later.
All right. GG. My alerts and hitbox noises. You know what Aussie said in the okay, I got booted from the Speed Game server now because that's what happens after. I just, as I joined the comms, like you could see like the admin, or not the admin chat, but like the setup chat. And some people were, I see like Aussie talking to someone, and someone asked like, hey Aussie, Eddie has like sounds coming through, like, and then Aussie goes like, yeah, you could tune into it every once in a while because it's funny. He literally said that. Aussie was like, yeah, you could play. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Eden, that was you that said that. Okay, I didn't see. I just saw Aussie's. The only thing I saw was Aussie saying like, yeah, if you want, you can click it because it's funny. Throw. Yeah, that was funny. I was in focus mode, baby. I feel pretty good about how I played that. I was goofing off slightly in game 2. Like a little bit, but like not so much. I was making plays that were like maybe like slightly worse, but like, you know, they seem more fun. But that was not an easy seat to begin with. The Rip Bozo. Yeah, getting the grab first. Yeah, the grab, I knew there was no point. When you see the water room up there, there's two places you can go. One is locked out by a lot of water. I knew that item is grab, and then there's a door to the left, right? And the grab item requires morph. So you immediately know like there is like a 90% chance morph is just gonna show up immediately. But you gotta please the crowd, you know? You gotta do it. I'm sure people were just like, Eddie's an idiot, but it was just, it's a cool trick. Yeah, I could do it pretty quickly, so I wasn't sweating too much about the time loss. Oh man, the alerts are fine coming through, but the hitbox noises does make that like slightly unusable, huh? What happened in SMZ3? So basically, here's what happened. SMZ3, I needed Bo to beat the game. At the very start of the game, I decided not to do Pendant Tower of Hera. And I did everything else. And Andy did Pendant Tower of Hera, turned in the green pendant, and got Bo. So Andy was like heading to Mother Brain, and I was still looking for Bo, and I had done almost every single thing in the game at that point. So I just lost. I lost like 10 minutes in. I guess 20 minutes in is better. I did after Kakariko, like you kind of like go into like Super Metroid, you do the basic stuff, and then I skipped one thing, and that was the end of the game. It ended right there, basically. That's the best way to put it. Yeah, I ended up Bo, so I started doing every bad check at the end of the game. And as Andy was saying, like, hey, I'm heading to Mother Brain, that's when I was about to turn in my green pendant for Bo. Thank you, NN. Yeah, I think that looks kind of bad, so thank you for that. Cause the subscriber and YouTube stuff is actually not a part of my game feed. It's actually, my game feed is shrunk, so that's just an empty bar. Yeah, it looks pretty tacky, especially given it's the tournament I'm running. It looks kind of tacky if that happens. So thank you. Yeah. The 17-minute head start didn't help. I mean, yeah, if you last location something in SMZ3, that is how it works. I'll watch the VOD, yeah. In the tap, yeah. Alright, guys, I think... So, I could only stream not much longer anyway. I might end up cutting my stream. I mean, I guess I could do something else, but I hope you guys don't riot if I were to end really early today. Angie, shut up, Leo. Riot! Gooning! Game 2 was rough. Can't wait for Lunix to cook you. Lunix? Lynx, dude, not Lunix. Lunix? What? Dude, Lunix is like literally on the opposite side of the bracket. He's as far away from me as possible. Where is Lunix even? Lunix is literally on the opposite end of the bracket. He's in the lower bracket round 1 of the bottom side, and I am on the upper bracket on the top side. Close enough. Lunix and Lynx are very different people, dude. Lynx, yeah, they're very different. Yeah, just like Mr. Rock is gonna cook you, right, Oats? Wait, Oats, are you streaming today? I do not goon, I hench. Okay, Kuno. Why aren't you streaming today? Why are you dodging, bro? Alright. Namjees! Okay, Namjees, why do you keep timing him out? Why you, Namjees? When is Zeb vs Andy? Dat Nat? You know why it's not on the schedule? Because I did something pretty cool for that one, alright? Andy vs Zeb is going to be 10 p.m. You know what? I need to talk to Kupo about that. So we can put on the schedule. 10 p.m. Eastern on the 15th. 10 p.m. Eastern on the 15th. That is a Tuesday night, I believe. On GDQ. GDQ Hotfix, Kiara's show Game Master. We're gonna have the GDQ production. We're gonna have cool. I think we're gonna have like instant replay options as well. So it's gonna be like, yeah, it's gonna be like sick production, professional production. Yes, his match will be on the GDQ Hotfix, Zeb vs Andy. I would have asked Oats, but it's at 10 p.m. Eastern. I have a feeling he would have said no. Dinner with fan plans? Okay. Hope you have a good dinner, dude. Yeah, I think I'm excited for Zeb versus Andy. I think Zeb is sweating, because here's the thing. But Andy's like, you know, Andy's a big shot, right? Big time Andy. He's been on the big stage 5 million times. Full-time streamer Andy. So this is nothing new to him. But you know, this might be the first time Zeb's done something like this.
like a bigger audience, right? So, you know he's sweating for this. Oats, if I could get you onto something at 10 p.m. Eastern, like a hotfix, would you do it? Here's the realistic truth that I've learned recently. Hotfix people actually are like desperate for content. Because nobody submits actually. You would think that it's really difficult to get into. It's not. They want content. Not this late in the bracket? Okay. I just mean in general, right? Because you did a hotfix. You did a yo, what up, Anya? You did a I remember you did a glitch showcase thing. Because here's the truth. Because if you want to get one of those Oats, like, it's like, they would absolutely love to have you anytime. I think what I've learned is I think they would love to have anyone that's like good at this game. Yeah. But yeah. I did sort of like pitch the idea of what if we had like a tournament that was done through GDQ. So that's something that like is maybe down the line we could look into maybe doing. Yeah. Anyone that's good at this game, and also Andy. Yeah. Andy was actually high in demand. He originally did have a hotfix lined up, I think. But he couldn't do it because of this tournament and some other stuff. But then I think that other stuff sort of fell through, and because the hotfix is this tournament, like that works out nicely for him. Can you submit Taco Bell 100% glitchless full menu clear to GDQ hotfix? Yeah, I'll do that. Alright, who wins game 2? Eddie. Eddie gonna run dash instead of GQ hotfix. So Nat, I probably could have. I think I got a pretty good shot at getting into. There's an Asian American Pacific Islander hotfix that I submitted for. I submitted the Extreme Desolate Seed. I also submitted that to GDQ as well. The Extreme Desolate Seed is a lot of fun, and there's not pressure to like. There's not as much pressure to like not die in a vanilla speedrun as there is, so. Andy has been super busy, yeah. Exactly. Not super busy to take money from me though, apparently. This freaking guy, I can't believe it. Alright. So, I'm probably going to end my stream. Okay. I'm sorry. I know it's late. I'm not streaming tomorrow either. Okay. I wouldn't be able to stream long anyway today. Okay. Okay, when's the last time I've streamed this long only and ended my stream? Never happens. Canceling sub. That's cap. Bye, Namjees. I'm gonna raid Andy. Okay. Everyone's just timing themselves out. This is the message. I'm totally lying. But this is the message, okay? Alright. Peace out, friends. Love you all. Thank you for tuning in. Glad for the win. I have to schedule with Lynx now. I gotta schedule with Lynx. Peace.